to our warehouse. And also now at the same time it's affecting the quantity we are delivering to our company. So how do we address this?
The farmers are stealing fertilizer.
Yes, they are cutting corners. We are providing them with the seed, we are providing them with the fertilizer and the extension services so that they can give us the quality and quantities that we want. But now we have found that they are using less fertilizer. So of course, then they are using our fertilizer for other things. So as a result, they are bringing us produce that does not meet the standard, and also the quantities. It's affecting quantities and quality. Yes.
And what is that affecting?
Now we are having to reject. We are rejecting a lot of the produce. So it's affecting our ability to deliver the quantities and quality that we have committed to.
Okay, so their problem is where?
I think their problem is in module 3.
Their problem is in module 3?
Your business has stopped thriving because of the bottlenecks that are being created by the teams that you work with. And these bottlenecks have created inefficiencies. They have created slowdowns in your business, and hence that's why you're not being able to have the good quality that you require and the good quantity. Both the quality and the quantity have been affected. So some of the things that we may prescribe is like you can talk to our friends Farm Fresh. They have an agronomist. And because they're in the farming and they're on the ground, and you find most of these agronomists are well qualified and they can also handle different types of produce. I think one of the suggestions would be to have an agronomist on the ground go and interact with the farmers. Maybe you can call a farmers meeting and explain to them the importance of why your quality and the produce is very, very important. Because your bottom line also affects their bottom line. If you're not making money, they're not making money. So it's important that they're able to make that connection. So the agronomist will help on the technical part, and then even you as directors, you need to have a meeting with all your farmers, whether a physical meeting works, a Zoom meeting, depending on the level of your farmers, or even now you may need to spend a little time making the individual farm visits so that you're able to identify. Because I'm not able to tell, is it every single farmer or is it just a few of them? So then if it's just a few farmers, if your group is very large, you can even probably have farm visits to those that are doing correctly, those that are doing what they're supposed to do, who can now also work as peer mentors for the group that is not giving you what you need.
So one of the things that we were thinking about, because we do have the extension officers, the ones
they say they pay for them.
Yes, we actually have a partnership with Farm Africa. They are the ones who provide us with the technical support and train, and they are the ones who train. And so it's not all the farmers that are behaving like this, it is just some of them. So one of the things that we were thinking about was to trim that whole, to cut away the farmers who are behaving badly. Those farmers who are stealing, because it is really stealing, the ones who are stealing the fertilizer and, compromising the quality. We were thinking that we actually get rid of those farmers and just work more intensively with these other ones who have been working, but also explain, why we've had to let these others go, so that others don't engage in this business. That's what we were thinking.
But wondering, because I was looking at your structure and the roles people are playing, and this is a bit of a stakeholder management issue. So if you cut out these farmers, what happens to your supply, your quantity? You may get your quality, but your customer now, Peptang, will be suffering because you are not able to meet their their quota, their portion. So how is cutting them solving it as opposed to a stakeholder? There needs to be something in when I'm looking at your structure as an organization, is there something that can be done to manage these farmers, or do you have a pipeline already ready to replace people you're going to cut off?
Yes, we thought we would increase the quantities because if we work with the farmers who've been working well and just marginally increase the amount that they are producing, because they have been producing well and they already have there's enough land to increase production with the other farmers. So if we just marginally increase it, it will be able to cover the shortfall of this. The reason why we are thinking it's important to cut these people out is because we don't want that dishonesty among our stakeholders. We want to have farmers that we can trust, yeah, and who honor the partnership that we have, yeah. That for us, one of the things we pride ourselves in as Crawn Limited is integrity in our work, and it's also something that we require of our partners and our stakeholders. So we don't want to entertain that kind of behavior when it appears. The other measure, and we are still in negotiation with
You have 1.3 minutes.
With our service provider, the extension officers and everything, is that they will make more frequent visits to the farmers to support them, but also to ensure we have the heads of farmers that will ensure that their cohorts are not cutting corners, so supervising one another.
So that we could have a model farm where when you use the fertilizer really well, and this is the product that you will get. And then an example of if you don't use the fertilizer that we provide for you, these are the products that we get, and this is what we want, and we don't want this. So you train them very well, so that once you say, okay, if you don't follow whatever we're doing here, this is a consequence. Sign this contract. If you bring us a low quality product, you're off in our suppliers list.
Thank you. Because also, as you're saying, as part of even in addition, we are losing a lot in the production. We are giving them seedlings. We are investing in fertilizer. So we are losing on that. When we reject these products, we are also losing our profits. So cutting them off, it's a much easier, and already that is something which was negotiated with their partner, with partnership with them at the beginning.
The problem is their stakeholders, their partners are cutting corners, and this cutting corners is resulting in rejection, and the rejection is resulting in
quality and quantity.
The rejection is resulting in less money.
Yes, less money.
All right. Module 1, do you have delivery on commitment and collection on commitment? Isn't it? Because that is the place where the problem, the cancer is for module 1. Because right from out of the door, the right thing is not being done. All right. So the first thing is firing them is an option. But firing them is an option if your commitment on delivery shows what kind of delivery you want. We want tomatoes that are the standard of the delivery. All right. So because they're not delivering on commitment, they need to suffer the repercussion.
Absolutely.
You get that? I saw you were feeling sorry for them. So, which is all right. That is one way, but this is the way of the program
of the world.
So now we have delivery on commitment, and then the next thing over there. There's two delivery things, then collection on commitment. So delivery on commitment is the product to Peptan. Collection on commitment is Peptan paying you. Because it did not come how it was supposed to come. Peptan will not pay you properly. So they must also suffer for it. What will that do? It will teach the others to stop that automatically.
Absolutely.
Module 1. Mumeona?
Yeah.
So, did you see that?
Yes.
You always find where the problem is, pinpoint the problem, fix it, because you cannot solve all their problems at once. But when you fix one, the rest of it will get well.